Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you, babe?
This one? Is it this one? Is it this one? You like this one? Which one is it?
I put it there.
I don't think it matters, but it doesn't. Wait, like, oh my God.
You're colorblind.
I think we're live. We're live.
You're colorblind.
This is the pocket square, babe.
Sammy, I put it out.
Does it
Why are you
match?
questioning what I did?
It doesn't match.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Okay.
What's wrong with you?
Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. Hope you're having a wonderful day out there. Beautiful time to be alive. We got to stay positive no matter what. There's opportunity in this market. Altcoins have been ripping to the upside. We've seen some 10Xs, 20X in a day. Let's talk about what happened in this market. Let's go over the insanity that we're seeing right now, and it's just absolute insane. Zen is getting tighter and tighter. I'm telling you right now, with 18 million coins in the supply, these older coins are starting to rip. Zen hasn't gotten the look that we got Zcash, and it just looks like it may be following it. So hey, I could be wrong. I don't know for sure. It is getting tight. It's on the 21 above the 200 moving average. There's a chance this thing could get busy. So I would put this in your back pocket. I would slap it on a watch list. I would definitely take a look at it and see what's happening. You know what? I may even be a big boy today and show you what I'm going to do. Should I be nice? Should I be nice today, or should I just be generally nice? Should I be extra nice? Let me ask the chat. Should I be extra nice today or just a little bit nice? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Should I be nice or extra nice today? Let me know how you feel. I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know what's going down. I want to know how you're feeling. All right? Let's go, baby. Let me see what people are saying here in the chat. Zcash is out of control. Someone says no, extra, super nice, random alts pumping, whales getting out of the market. Dang, dang, dang. Extra nice, Sammy, big boss. Extra, extra nice. You're always too nice, Sammy. All right, so let's take a look at what's happening here for Zen and Dash, continuing to make some moves here. Very interesting times to be alive. Zen at 19. And I believe to dollar cost average into Zen may be a good idea here at this key level. Let's look at Zen in depth. Let's kind of erase everything and just look at it. Then we're going to break down Bitcoin, because I know you're like, what's going on with Bitcoin? But Zen's above the weekly 200 moving average. That's the beginning of a bullish move. It's far away from the 21, but not too far. Okay, and I like when things get above 200 moving averages. It also launched above the daily 200, and it's not that far away from the 21. A little bit, and not amazing. And then we go to the 8-hour time frame, and you can see, to me, the 8-hour looks pretty good. It's on the 21. It's forming what, to me, is an ascending triangle. This thing could do some serious damage to the upside Zen, right? So, yeah, I like to trade flags above the point of control there, right? Or if I bring it in deeper, you'll see it's above this point of control. But the idea is this. There it is. See? Oh, come on. It's slow reactive. Come on, and what? There you are right there. Yeah. Above this deep point of control when you see this consolidation. When you give it all, the point of control is down here. But that means you have strong support at 16. Which means, that's not too bad, right? That's only 25% of the damage if I decide to jump on in. So I look for support that could, And so I'm looking at Zen very closely. It could be the weekend performer. On a Friday, it's slow volume, I get it, and it's very high risk. This is very high risk right now, 100%. But if you know me, I am a swing trader, an altcoin swing trader. That's basically my forte. I do trade Levy, mainly BTC. I tend not to touch altcoins on Lev. I like Bitcoin Lev. That's just how I does. But I like Zen right here. I like the 200 moving average. If it loses it, it comes down for the double bottom. It hits 16. There's a chance I have support there too as well. This looks interesting to me. I'm willing to be judged by the jury today. All right. Low stochastics on this. If Bitcoin dumps, though, could it dump too? It probably is possibly. If Bitcoin collapses. But lately, these have been holding pretty well against BTC. Let's take a look at the ZENBTC chart. And if you're going to swing your Bitcoin into ZENBTC, it looks like that may if you'd put all your Bitcoins into Zen, okay, on Halloween night, you were just like, you know what, I'm going to put all my Bitcoins into Zen. You would have doubled your Bitcoin holding. 10 Bitcoin would have turned to 20, right? So interesting right here to see this, right? So I like what I'm seeing for ZENBTC. And Zen to me looks like the hot move of the day. And I could be completely wrong. Maybe it takes a tanking to the downside. And it very well may. All right? But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be extra nice. And you're going to watch me do what I do. And I'm going to dollar cost average into Zen. All right? I'm going to start with about, 10. Okay? And we're going to build a position in Zen for a swing trade. All right, and I'm going to be buying about 500 Zen, 289 Zen. I got 57% of the order. The whole order came in. 500 Zen just added to the book. 10 racks, okay? Let's see where this goes. Maybe I'll lose 25. I'm willing to lose 3 racks if it doesn't play out, but I'd like to make some gains here. And I'd like to get, maybe if I could, 30K in there if I can. And again, remember, I was able to get myself pretty liquid on October 10th. And take some money out of the market before we had this massive downtrend. So I have some capital on the sidelines to play with. All right. So I didn't listen to everybody else that said we were going to the moon every single time. I said, you know what? Maybe we won't. Maybe I should protect myself just in case. Let's get back into BTC. Let's talk about what I see happening for Bitcoin. I just did a live move in front of the world. Say whatever you want about the lifer. I does what I do out here in front of the public eye every single day. I love y'all. You guys are my sustenance. You guys are my creation. You guys are my, like this, not my creation. I don't want to, say that, but like this show, right? I created the show. You guys answered back. Together, the energy was formated, and we have something unbelievable here that I haven't seen in the entire internet. So last night, Bitcoin looked like a head and shoulder pattern. It looked bearish to me. Looked like it was going to take a beat down further to the downside. I got some hopium. I got some bullish. I got some bearish news. So I got some good news. I got some bad news. Which one do you want first? Let me see the chat. I got some good news. I got some bad news. I want to know what you guys think. Right? Sam, looking smooth today, friend. Nice pin. I've seen it before. It's a very nice touch. Well done, friend. God bless Lindsay Lins. We love you. Thank you so much. God bless you. We appreciate you. And we love you. Yeah, shout out to Wazine Tailors, who made this suit jacket. They're the best, man. God bless them. Sam Wazine. From one Sam to the next. Go to New York City, look up Wazine Tailors. Tell them Sam Price sent you, the crypto lifer. All right? CustomWazine.com. All right? This is my buddy right here. He will make you the finest custom tailored suit you've ever worn. It'll have the threading here. Look, I got you. It's custom. You know it's custom. If you see someone, when they see you can see that there's a threading around the edge. That's when you know the person's likely wearing a custom suit. Or if it has their initials in it, right? SJP, baby. SJP, man. So that's how you know you're wearing custom, man. And nothing will fit like a custom suit. I'm telling you right now. It's worth every penny. I've had this thing for, I think, 4 years now. And I still feel like $1 million every time I put it on. My wife got it for me because she's a blessing. God bless her. Shout out to everyone on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. So listen, if you're in the trading group, we talked about shorting Bitcoin on the right shoulder of the daily right here. It played out absolutely beautifully. It's still in the money if you're in the short. To me, I am looking for more downside for BTC, and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to explain why. All right. I could explain my whole system right now in 5 minutes. What do you guys want? Do you want me to explain my whole system in 5 minutes? He wants the bad news first? All right. The bad news is that every time we go below a 200 moving average, it could open up for a massive dump to the downside. Specifically when you've made a lot of headway, the good news is it's created a discount every time we've gotten here. So there's a chance that we do end up bouncing from here. There is still a chance. All right. Now, the bad news is I'm short, and I remain short. So that's the bad news. The good news is I could be wrong. That's funny. That ain't bad, actually. It's pretty good. I just came up with that. I'm just being stupid. If you take yourself far too seriously, then man, too many people will too as well, and that's not good. You know what I mean? You want some people to laugh at you, right? Anyway, in a fun way. All right, my brain went through everything I could do for you in a very fast sense, and I'm trying to compile all the information into a short, curtailed video, a 5-minute segment right now. So let me just organize my thoughts. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm going to blow your mind right now. I'm going to blow your mind. I'm going to go to 3 charts. Okay? I'm going to go here to the Dow Jones Industrial. It's been around for a long, long time, right? This is the entire stock market. This is basically America, right? This is America, right? I thought this was America, people. So let's take a look at this on the weekly time frame, all right? The Dow Jones. And let me kind of just take you through a bull run, right? So what happens is you get above a 200 moving average. Whenever you slip below the 200, and we'll go to the daily, right? Because we're on the daily now. All right, so whenever we have a massive bull run, we have a double bottom here, we get back above the 200 moving average. So look, my strategy consists of looking for a flag when we're touching the 21, like they stop hunt everybody, they get back inside the flag. That's broken patterns. I teach you how to trade broken patterns. I teach you how to make a pattern. I tell you if they break it, no good, but I say if they get back in, act like it never left and trade it the same way you were going to trade it as if you were in the pattern. That's a bull pennant. I don't care if they stop hunted. Learn that. That's what they do. They've been doing this for years. That's 2016. They're going to do it again. So if you wait for price to hit that 21, put the stop below the 200, there's such a good chance you're going to ride the wave. And look, you could ride there's my model right there. A 21 touching along. It doesn't have to be close to the 20, just above it. Here's my model there again. On that 21 in the flag, and the stochastics are going to be curving. You're going to say, how do I know when to enter when the stochastics are low? You're going to use the stochastics for the entry, see? So look, because this is how it plays out, I'm very bullish whenever I see this. Does it mean I'm right every time? No. I'm out along right here and gotten eaten alive, right? Because it looked okay. At the same time, that didn't have the distance above the 200. They were made a head and shoulder there. Like, it kind of told you that it wasn't this, you know? But they did stop hunt. They got it back in. I could see myself maybe getting in there and then getting stopped out. It doesn't play out every time. Funny, I see a fractal right now from the Dow Jones Industrial that Bitcoin's in right now. Look at this. I just saw something that's going to blow your mind. Look at this. Hold on. Take a journey with me. I never know where the show's exactly going to go. You got to just ride with me. If you decide to tune off, you're going to miss something. So look, we're going to copy paste this, right? I'm going to go back to BTC right now. This is blowing my mind right now. I'm going to go to what? The 1 hour, right? Look how similar those patterns look. You see that? You see how my brain has pattern recognition? Like, that's insane. So my mind just saw the 1 hour and it extrapolated the data, slapped it on the Dow. Insane, right? So weird. Doesn't mean that's going to happen for sure, but look how similar this stuff. This is just, you don't think there's an algo controlling this stuff? It's the same stuff over and over and over and over again. All right? It never ends. Bitcoin, just on an absolute insane up and down on the smaller time frames. Like, be careful if you're trading the smaller time frames today. The order books are very light, and they're just going all over the place. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Be very careful. I'm going to get into Bitcoin. Don't worry, but I want to show you this bigger picture idea here. So listen, I am long when the daily is above the 200 and we touch 21s, and you can see why. And I love trading these flags. Every one of these, that was your entry, that was your entry. That one was a little weird. I would have entered every one of these flags. This is what I do. It doesn't mean I'm right every time. All right? What it means is it plays out for me more than it doesn't. Understand? Now, bear markets start when we start going below the daily 200 moving average, or at least pretty good buying opportunities if you're in a very bullish market. But look, this entire rip started when you've lost the 200. And then you get like a preemptive death cross coming. So when you look at this, it looks something like this. Right? Like right here. And so to me, Bitcoin looks something like this right now. It's got the 50 curving down. It's got the 21 headed. And I'm looking for the bear flag to continue lower. Okay? Now they may reverse it and get us back above the 200. That's okay. I'll get stopped out. And then we're going to be able to trade long again. And I'm going to go right back to my strategy, and I'm going to say, okay, we got back above the 200 moving average. Let's go long. So I'm just explaining to you guys and everyone on the internet, so crystal clear, everyone can see exactly what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. All right? So remember, if it's, and this is something you have to remember about trading, is if it's true one way, it's true the other way. Understand? And you get back, what do you mean, Sam? What the heck are you saying? Listen, if an inverted head and shoulder is going to break to the upside, okay, majority of the time, then flip it upside down. A head and shoulder is going to break to the downside. So you can't trade a head and shoulder. You can't say, I'm not going to trade that bearish, but then trade this bullish. You have to trade this bullish. You have to trade this bearish. You know what I mean? For me, there's got to be a strategy you stick to. Otherwise, you will get chewed up by the market. You have to be consistent. That's what I realized. I keep going back to this metaphor about a buoy in the ocean. A buoy sits in the ocean, and the reason why we care about the buoy and we trust the buoy's knowledge is because the ocean keeps moving and changing, but the buoy does not. Just like the market keeps changing, but we show up every day here at 10 a.m., right? And we do a show 7 days a week here in cryptocurrency. Look, to me, the Dow Jones looks like it's going to bounce off previous resistance. And so everyone that's fearing a market meltdown, the Dow looks like it's going to continue to go up. It looks like by the end of November, they're going to have rate cuts back on the board. There's going to be quantitative easing and printing. And so the Dow tells me we're on a move further to the upside, headed to 52,000. The Dow is very close to an all-time high, and it's retesting its previous resistance. Now I'm open-minded man. They shred it down here. They make a right shoulder. I will say, okay, we got to short it now. But I won't short until I see the right shoulder. You see what I mean? And I would stay long until then. Another thing that I'm seeing, I believe there's hidden bullish divergence on the Dow. I haven't even seen it yet. Yeah, there is. Look at this. Look at this. You got the RSI swinging down, but you have price action swinging up. That's hidden bullish divergence. That tells you you're going to break this high before you break this low. Okay? So boom. This is everything that, this is the Dow. Now let's go take a look at Walmart. Why am I doing this? Because I need you to understand something, that it's not about price action. I was like, what did I just do there? I was like, how did I have all that cool stuff? Let's take a look at Walmart. Walmart, which is going to continue to sell products at a higher price, but get the products at a lower price, right? People are more desperate around the world. There's more people that understand the internet now. You can access people in these smaller countries and get very, very inexpensive labor around the world, okay? The everyday person can get inexpensive labor around the world. If you don't know that, well, you should. That's why everyone in America should be doing very well, because your dollar is strong for labor. And you can outsource a lot of different things. Again, I could teach that. There's a lot of reasons why people are making money online. That's one of the main reasons. And again, I just gave you a big secret that I probably shouldn't tell anybody. But look at Walmart. I mean, that thing looks like it's about to boom. Again, back to the basics. Whenever you lose the 200 moving average on the daily, it's not a good sign. We do get pullbacks. However, it can be some of the best places to buy. So if you're a DCAer and you're willing to buy the lowest prices, so this is why my strategy, listen. So you'd say, but Sam, how do you know the difference between a dip and a real dump? Right? And that's what gets, and that's the problem. Nobody does. So here's the deal. You pick an asset that you really love. You say, I'm going to hold it for 10 plus years. That's what I do. You do whatever makes you happy. I pick an asset that I'm into. I'm willing to hold it for a long period of time. And then whenever it goes below the daily 200 to me, that's when the 200 moving average, that's when I begin what could be a 1 or 2 year pullback. What happens is I end up buying the absolute bottom many times, but many people don't have the guts to buy down here because they're not ready to open the bank all the way down. I buy dang well knowing that I may not have been the best. Now, there's sometimes I can see the bottom, and it's based off hidden bullish divergence and other stuff like that. This time, the markets look a little sketchy. I have to be honest. This time, the markets look a little sketchy to me. So again, I long when the 21 touches above the 200. I short when the 21 touches below the 200. I front run these. Understand? I don't just do it when it happens. If you do it when it happens, you're kind of chasing. So look, if you look at this, I would watch the price action dump. I would see that the 21 was out there. After the dump, I would build the flag. I'd say we're likely going to flag. I said when the 21 comes into price action, you see me say this all the time on the 1 minute. We trade the 1 minute every day doing this. See, what you don't realize is when you watch me scalp the 1 minute, I was teaching you how to short Bitcoin on the daily. But you didn't know that. I'm giving you insight on top of insight. It's layered information. Okay? I've studied the great teachers of this world, and they taught me how to layer metaphysical data. I can get inside of your subconscious mind in a way no other YouTuber can. The difference between my channel and their channels is I'm channeling energy in a far different way. Okay, and no worries. God bless them all. Shout out to anyone, and to all the YouTubers out there that haven't reached, 100K, have watched me, maybe felt a little jealous, maybe have been like a little insecure about who I am, and God bless you. Don't worry. That's going to happen. You're on your way up. You're watching someone blow up, and it might make you feel a little funny. That's okay. Take a deep breath. Don't worry about me. Focus on your life. You're going to be all right. All right. God bless you all. All right. Because I know some of you, I rustle some feathers with my consistency, but don't worry. Just do you. Compare yourself to yourself, and you're going to be fine. Don't compare yourself to me. That will make you depressed. Okay, so let's look here. Walmart, inside of a bull flag here that could fall down all the way to 64.80. All right, I'm just playing with your mind. But see, so this is how I would take. So this is why. So now let's go over Bitcoin in the long term right now. All right, number one, I see kind of a descending triangle here. That's what I see beginning to form. And to me, these usually break to the downside. That's just what I see happening. If I flip it on the 4-hour, I've traded this many, many times. And I told you this was what I was trading yesterday. It's funny. Someone was like, so the short's out now? I'm like, these people look. I said, I'm going to trade the 4-hour flag, and that thing's taken me somewhere to $88,000 BTC. That may end up being the bottom at that point. I don't know. We'll reassess at that situation. We'll be looking for bullish divergences. But I see this play. This is my model to a T. If it doesn't play out, so what? I've taken it so many more times and made money on it. Look, it already played out. Had you played my model, you would have played this flag here. And they call me Sammy Cup and Handy to the upside. The only YouTuber with an absolute, an actual pattern named after him, right? The Samuel Cup and Handle. The cup and handle, right? And look, there's the cup and the handle to the upside. That was the short. And that was the shoulder, head, right shoulder at 177 that I gave you. All right, inverted cup and handle to the downside. And you can kind of see how this makes a parabolic move up, right? And parabolic. Now, I could be wrong. There's no YouTuber out here that's 100%. So everyone here knows dang well that I may not hit this time. All right? But all I could tell you is that I'm going to do everything I can to keep you in the game. That's why, in my humble opinion, I think it would be a really good idea, all right, or a very good idea. Let me see here. To jump on into this mailing list that I got going on. All right, let me show you. I just want to show you what's cooking here because something's different in the description today of my videos. All right. And, oh, yeah, probably be today's video. Might have to click on. Might have to do that, Sammy. But look, on today's video, there's a description down here, right? And it's the Black Friday early bird sale, okay? What is that? Well, it's a mailing list that you can join starting today. And if you join it, all right, 24 hours before the Black Friday sale, which starts at 12 o'clock on Black Friday, you'll have from Wednesday night at 12, right, till Thursday night, that 24-hour period, to get a extra discount on top of the Black Friday discount. But to get the discount, you have to fill out the form in the early bird special here, okay? I need you to do that. If you did it last year, you still have to do it again this year. It doesn't, you're not exempt because you filled out the form last year. Jump on in to get the discount. It is the greatest discount I've ever given. It's 10% on top, I believe. I'll find it exactly, but it's an extra added discount on top. You can't get it any better, all right? So I just urge you to go to that Black Friday early bird sale link, click on that, fill out that form so you can get access to the 24-hour sale that happens before the Black Friday sale, all right? Back into BTC, all right? So this is why I am bearish on Bitcoin today, all right? And let's kind of go through the top-down analysis now. So I'm not just someone sitting here going over, my system comes from years of backtesting hundreds of different assets. I'm talking Forex. I'll show you Forex. I'll show you everything I can show you. Look, this is a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. It's kind of a slanted head and shoulder too. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Hard to see, but I can see these things because time and space is just, you can flatten it, you can move it, you can twist it. I mean, that's telling me we might go to $69,000. I'm also a Fibonacci guy. I love my Fibonacci retracements. They play out beautifully. They coincide. Look, 76K. There's gonna, so I'm just... So right off the bat, there's bearish divergence. There's bearish divergence on the monthly chart. Like, you can see it on my indicator. It's there, like, right? Again, we usually hit this type of shaded. So I would be looking for, if we do dip, you know, maybe support, and then we come up. Because I truly believe that this rally doesn't end until you have like extreme euphoria. And there's got to be a massive bearish div. You see? So, like, to me, there's got to be a bearish div like this. So we blow off. We hit the 618. We come up. Super cycle, right? We blow off top. This turns into a flag, you see? We break out the flag with the measured move off the 618 somewhere in May or, you know, April. This will take time. Bitcoin does not recover overnight. And it flies up to like 160 to 170,000 somewhere by July. This makes the most sense to me. I believe this is like the accurate depiction of what's going to happen. With like almost 100%, I have like 95% certainty this is what will happen. Again, I shouldn't talk with such affirmation, but I got good instincts here. So, and that would make sense to me. And then the load up. So we would, you know, I would be DCAing into Bitcoin really between 100 and 75,000. We might take a wick down to the 786. That would be 66K. Okay. So I like this, you know. Someone says too long a timeline. Man, possibly. But you got to respect the bearish div there on that. To me, it just has to be respected. Right? So this looks interesting to me here, and it looks like the scenario that I'm going with. So this, to me, it means accumulation. I'm going to have time to accumulate all coins in Bitcoin for the next few months. If my head's on straight and I've got a clear mind. But if I am all over the place reading crypto Twitter and, you know what I mean, I'm going to be sent off. And meanwhile, we're doing this, there's actually crazy opportunity in the market, which we're going to discuss. There's coins that are absolutely ripping right now, right? And we're still taking shots. I'm still being high risk with Zen, right? That Zen play is very high risk that I took. I just want to make that very clear, right? Again, I am personally not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as such, right? I'm for entertainment. This is my life. I stream my life. This is the diary of my life, right? This is me. And what the tools I use, the things that I'm using, right? This is just what I do on a daily basis, right? This is me. I'm just streaming who I am and what I do. This is my reality TV show of me every single day without a day off, right? So and I'm excited. I love TA. Like, this is exciting for me. I love watching this. So I've got a short open. The short's in the money right now. We'll see where it happens. It's been back and forth. Okay. Zcash is out of control. You know, absolutely out of control. Again, if you didn't understand what I said before, let me just reiterate. You would go to today's live stream. You know, you would look inside the description of the video and you would be clicking here on the early bird special and you would sign out. You would fill in that link that will give you an extra 10% 24 hours before the Black Friday sale. That's all. I just want you to understand. So, okay, we've back tested my strategy. I've shown you why it works on Walmart. I've shown you why it works. How about Forex? You're like, it doesn't work on Japanese yen, New Zealand dollar, right? And you're like, okay. Every time we got above the 200 moving average and we hit the 21-day moving average, we were gone. You could have played my signal right here. It happens on every single asset in the world. Oh, let me get out of there. It happens on every asset in the world. Okay? It doesn't matter the asset. You can use my system and trade any single combination of anything. And the likelihood that you will win will be risen. Here's my system yet again. There's a flag above the 21 touching. You can take ICT and toss it in the garbage. You could take, every single other concept out there. I've back tested every asset in the world. I've looked at it upside and down. I've flipped it. I've dipped it. I've done this and that. I've looked at it on the 1 minute to the monthly. I have spent basically the last 10 years of my life in a room staring at these screens. I've got so much information to teach you. I don't want to come off as pompous or rude. I am so sorry if I ever do. I never mean to. I just want to let you know that I've put in so much work that I'd love to teach you and share with you And I can't even fill it in this 2-hour period every day. Like, it's just impossible. Okay? But I love you, and I want to share my knowledge with you. And so I give this stuff away every single day for free. If you make money with the knowledge I give you, join my trading group. Right? How many people have made money with the knowledge that they've learned from me? Put a 333 in the comment if you've made money with the knowledge that you've learned. Put a 333. I want to see it erupt. I want to see how many people, right? How do you cope with missing on bigger gainers, Sammy? Any tips? Yeah, I submit to God. And I believe God has already decided how much money I will receive in this life. And, if I missed a winner, it just wasn't meant to meet for me at that moment in time. It means there's a big winner coming another day. You know what I'm saying? And that I just have to stay strong. So because I've submitted to God, it's made it a lot easier to be a trader. I have to be honest, because I believe that God already has a predestined fortune for me, and I'm going to receive what I truly deserve in this life. And if I miss out on a big gainer, it just wasn't meant at that time. Doesn't mean I don't keep searching. It doesn't mean I shrug and say, oh, well, God's going to, and it doesn't mean you sit there and pray in a field and never plant a seed. I don't want to ever get, prayer in God isn't, you don't just sit there and, God helps those who help themselves. That's an old Irish saying. You got to put up, you got to get up, you got to have the discipline. Shout out to all the 333s in the chat. All right. Thanks, brother. I'm so upset that I tried staying disciplined. It didn't. FOMO Zcash at 300. But I'll swallow it down. It's okay, man. It's okay. It was high risk at that point compared to most traders. It's all right. And again, what? You would have doubled up. It's a double up, man. Take a deep breath. Unless you put 100 grand in there, would it change? I look at that a lot of times too. Submitting to God helped me deal with FOMO as a trader, because FOMO is fear. It's fear of missing out, right? So when you see a coin pump and you don't get into it, that's fear of missing out. And fear is a fake emotion acting real. Connect every emotion to where it's coming from. It's either coming from a feeling of love or a feeling of fear. I've learned that. There's really no in between. All the evil things we do to other people are due to fear. When someone steals, they're afraid they're not getting enough, so they steal from you. Fear. When someone cheats, they're afraid their other person's going to cheat on them, so they cheat. Fear. When someone attacks, they're afraid they're going to be attacked. Fear. When someone loves, they believe God is full of love. They believe you're full of love. There's no fear there. You can't love someone and be in fear. You can't be in fear and love. Love and fear do not exist together. Understand? Amen. Anyway, so let's continue with the Bitcoin top-down analysis for today. So I told you I'm bearish. I showed you I am bearish. I even showed you the trade on the 4-hour time frame. All right. I'm on a monthly plan for the group, and by the annual on the sale, do I have to cancel my current subscription? Yes. 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 I believe so. These are great questions. It'll all get figured out too, right? Have no fear with God. All things are possible. That's why you should always keep an open mind 100%. I love you, Lindsay Linz. You're on point. She knows the deal. Submission to God creates the openness for all possibilities. Otherwise, you'll be living in the frame of science and know-how, which was taught to you by man. And man has limitations, right? Let's take a look here at the weekly. Okay, the weekly doesn't look amazing. I see the head and shoulder. Unless it decides it's going to double bottom here, which is possible. But it would be a very strange double bottom if I've ever seen one, with no middle point. A little awkward. Is there any divergence on the double bottom? You could kind of say there's, no, because that's your point and that's your point. It's a downtrend. There's even bear div here too as well. You lose this level, you can see the next moment to support is 93K on the weekly. Right? So it looks like, if we end up closing a weekly candle below 100,000, 93K just looks very likely, and then your next weekly support is 86,000. So you have 93 and 86,000. Those are the levels that we're likely going to touch. Okay? Remember, when the daily loses the 200, I told you it's going to head to the 2-day 200 moving average. If this closes, this could be our stopping point. We may bounce here. We bounced here before. There is a chance that the 2-day 200 moving average holds us. There is a chance here. That could be your bottom. That's your support right now. That's your hopium copium right now. You see a candle close below this yellow line, that means more downside. You start to see tweezer bottoms and some type of reversal here, then hey, maybe we're making this shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. That would, I would long the right shoulder. I don't know. I would probably scalp the move up, take profits on a master, because we would cross the 200 on the 5 minute, and my system would tell me when to long. Such a beautiful system if you learn how I trade. Like it'll change the whole way you look at life, man. You'll be like, whoa. Trading isn't as difficult as I thought. It's still risky. There's still risk, but as long as you use risk management. Yeah, so I see this. This is what I'm looking for here on the daily. And maybe I'm terribly wrong. Maybe they somehow reverse it. So be it. I hold a lot of Bitcoin. It would be great if they don't dump this thing. I lose, unrealized spot if we dump. So I'm looking for this to bear flag. The thing is, 1, 2, 3, this could take like 6 or 7 days to play out. And they'll keep you in limbo this whole time. You hold shift and you'll get this, that's 2 weeks it could take. Isn't that crazy? We could go sideways for 2 weeks and then dump on, and that's November 23rd, 24th. I guess Thursday is the 20th. I believe that would be Thanksgiving, right? Yeah. Oh, the 27th. It's the last Thursday of, I believe it's the 20th. I should know when Thanksgiving is, right? 6-7. What is 6-7? Everyone, my daughter keeps saying it. I keep seeing it. The other day, I got number 167, and we were 6-7. What is 6-7? It's a meme? I keep hearing people talk about it, and I'm like, well, there's got to be a meme. Oh, my gosh, man. That ore continued to pump. Remember we looked at that thing, and it just... Dude, that's crazy what happened there. My goodness. Wow. That's fascinating that went up that high like that. That's just... I feel like there has to be a meme called 6-7 at one point. Someone tried it. It didn't work out, Yeah, so I'm basically looking for Bitcoin to make a bear flag, and it's going to take its time. So these moves from like 105... It's been going from 1015 to 1016 literally for the last 2 days. This is where all it's been doing is just ranging. Yesterday, all it did was range. Towards the end of the day, all it did is range. And today, it's been ranging from 105,000, right? He said 6-7. Sammy, it's crazy for people that have millions of Bitcoin. It's rough being down so much in long time holdings. It's all right. I don't look at it that way. Yeah, look back above 101. So to me, you can see that it's ranging on the smaller time frame. So I usually stay away, especially on a low volume Friday. I will tell you. So let's take a look at the possibilities here. Got a little bit of bullish div here on the 12-hour time frame, which does suggest you're going to pop back up. And this could be the inverted head and shoulder right here. And we're back to business as usual. We get back above that daily 200 MA, I'm going to be like, poof. We're back in the safe zone again. This looks interesting too. Look, that's bullish div on the 4-hour time frame, and it's possibly showing signs of a bounce. Swing down and swing up. Do not use the wicks when you're using divergence. And it's kind of like a double bottom there. Technically an inverted head and shoulder. And then we look at the 1-hour time frame, which is kind of attempting an inverted head and shoulder too as well. For me, it doesn't really matter. I guess when the next, long I'll take seriously is a retest of 104 up to this point of control. Then that, you know what I mean? And if the 1 hour ever got back above the 200, I would also start to look for some bullish moves. So did we bottom here? There's a chance. At 99, 98,000, I think it was 99 even, and we kind of hit it twice. I'm open-minded. The daily says no way. The daily says it's going to take a lot longer than that. The small time frames could entice you a little bit too quick. And until the 15-minute gets above the 200, I wouldn't get bullish. 7-minute seems to be getting rejected. And then we look at where the 1 minute is too as well. So, I don't know. I'm not, And look, there's my model on the 1 minute. It half played out today, but it's pretty choppy. If you were going to trade a small time frame scalp, you'd be looking for this to play out. Fridays are a bit sketchy, but look, that's a half of an inverted already. So you'd look for this right shoulder to play out up to about 102,882. That'd be the key area that I'd be looking at for BTC. Okay, to this area. Cryptocurrency trading live every single day, looking at the markets in depth, giving you the education, the technical analysis that will complete your training. Okay? So key. For free every single day. 20 years of trading knowledge, back and forth, up and down. And all the, handling the emotions, all the stuff that we go through as traders. Greetings and gratitude, Sam. All the lifers. Life is beautiful and even better when Sam is on. Much love. God bless you, man. Yeah. 6'7" is height of basketball player that was put in a rap song that went viral on TikTok. Interesting. Someone said altcoins are pumping. It is interesting to see we are getting some moves in altcoins. As Bitcoin finally goes sideways, altcoins are pumping, soon pumping, right? Boba pumping, while pumping, near absolutely ripping back to 254. It was at 180. You know what I mean? So a lot of these coins are coming back pretty strong. Look at that. However, they're the lowest they've been ever. And we've surged like this before, only to kind of dabble around. Could this be the move? You never know. Maybe this is the one. When it starts to rip, it's going to rip. So I still hold a boatload of altcoins for whatever reason. You know what I mean? It is what it is. ICP, one of the big winners in the last few days, ripping to the upside. I saw that it could break out of this rising wedge, right? We looked at this together, and it did break out. It went from 7 all the way up to 893. Actually, still above the entry, but looking a little sketchy now. The people who said the 4-year cycle is dead weren't here for 2017 when Bitcoin topped in December and alts topped in January. Yeah. I was scooping near for around $1 in the bear market. Someone says altcoin season is on the way. Someone said Mute Swap that you looked at yesterday is doing well. It makes sense. Let's take a look at Mute. We uncovered a lot of hot gems in the last 2 days that were hot. We uncovered Mute Swap, ZF, which is ZK Swap, which we know is going to incorporate that ZK technology, which is privacy, which has a lot of people kind of being like, okay, look at that kind of double bottom there. I think I'm upside down. Let me flip us back into the right channels there. Yeah, I was about to say, you're looking for this to consolidate inside. I got an alert. I'd want to catch the consolidation without having to stare at the charts. So I planned my plan and I set an alert. Come to it when it hits the alert. I'd see it could go to 003. WorldCoin 40% and is now. Interesting. Let's look at that just for a second. If I could spell. I actually could spell. I can't type. I'm a great speller. Just can't type a dang thing, right? I think it's WLD, right? Isn't that what it was? WorldCoin. Yeah, nice little spike to the upside. Again, how could you have seen this? Look, there's the cup and handle. It came back to support a resistance. Look at your 15 for a touch on that 21. And again, like I told you, like you're looking for that, look, a bounce off the 200 moving average. It's a really good place to enter near the 200s. All right. I'll sub if you do Filecoin TA right away, my friend. Right away. Here you go. Filecoin. Let's take a look at Filecoin and break it down. An oldie but goodie too that had moves. Remember, these coins look like they're pumping on small time frames. On the bigger time frames, they're still in the dumps. I just want to make that really clear. One bad move and they go right back down. Like, so look at Filecoin of the monthly. This thing is in the dumps. You'd really have to see it get above 10 and reset to, if you ever think it's going to go back to the all-time high of like, I don't know what, $200 a coin. From where it's at now would be astronomical gains. It would be 100, a little like 80x or something like that. At $2 and what? $2.41. So it's almost the lowest it's ever been, which is crazy. All right, number one. So it's, you're not buying the highs. You're definitely buying the discount. Now you see it. It's in this falling wedge here. You can say, well, it's attempting to breach on the weekly. It's got a measured move. If it breaks out, not too high. Basically back to this resistance at about 788. Still a pretty good gain on that the small wall area there. It's almost like, could this be the bear market? This is a bear market low. Like the altcoins are in bear market lows. You would expect these to round bottom. They round out the bottoms and break out later on with the cup and handle, right? Anyway, that's a bigger picture. We don't have to get that deep, but let's take a look at the 3-day chart. The 3-day still attempting to get back above its 200 moving average. Nice bullish engulfing candle on the 3-day and above the 21, and it's above this resistance now. That was 3-day resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got back above that area. That's going to be 213. Let's take a look at our daily. Our daily zoomed up to the 200, which I've seen many times once you get the curve. I like that. The 4 hour. Same story, morning glory. So here's the deal. All right. You breach this nice little move. So what I would do is I would be looking for the 1 hour. The 1 hour just flagged out and hit the 21 and hit the pump. Honestly, it looks like it's going to take off on the 1 hour time frame. Hard to kind of chase now after that bigger candle. I'd have to maybe see a flag on the 5-minute time frame to enter. So if you believe the 1 hour is bullish, you use the 5-minute and you flag it out, right? And you attempt to get into consolidation on the 5. That's what I do. That way I'm not chasing green candles. Otherwise, you're going to have to just ape, and I can't ape, you know. Let's take a look at Fetch. But that's a pretty in-depth analysis for you all the way from the weekly down into like how to find a flag on the 15, on the 5 to trade the 15, right? So FET just took off too, 21.30. So like all these, a lot of coins, the bottom was in and then people just kind of pounced on them. They've done this before though. They've like FET there, surge huge. It didn't turn out to be the greatest story ever. So I just got to remain cautious. All right. Super extra nice, I know, right? I'm the nicest guy in the game, man. Who's nicer than Sammy? Who gives you more over here than Sammy Price, huh? 2 hours every single day over here. Shout out to my lovers alive. Shout out to everybody out here pushing themselves to the limit. Not taking Fridays off. Fridays lower viewership because people decide they could take Fridays off. Probably the worst day to take off today because there's some action going on heavy duty. Send in a super chat for TAs and deep dives, all right? No more freebies. We got a lot to cover today, and I can't just jump around in the chat as much as I would like to. We got to look at the total market cap in all of cryptocurrency. And remember, today is the macro technical analysis video that I'll be putting out. That's been calling some amazing calls in the last 2-3 years. Sad that nobody watches it compared to this show. But hey, what are you going to do? I'll just continue to do what I got to do. I can't stop. Won't stop. Total market cap needed to bounce there to remain bullish. You see it kind of fell out. The flag has a head and shoulder, maybe rolling over. Okay. Someone said MINA. Yeah, we looked at MINA last night in the trading group. We talked about it in depth. Looked like it could start to make a move. Also, Token Metrics had it out there. And look, you can even see just how it looks. I'll get rid of my... But like I see, a lot of this stuff looks interesting right now for whatever reason. Old coins look like they want to go on a massive pump. MINA looks very interesting. And it looks like it go up to 25. Hit the alert. The trading group knew all about it last night. And if they got an even at 16, so like MINA, looking very interesting too as well, could go to 25. Lifer with the best calls in the game. Hey man, I just do TA the works, brother. And I show you how to do it. No sugar candy coating or nothing else. Just jump on it. Remember, this is awesome sauce. I have a Discord. The best way to get into that Discord is to sign up to that mailing list. Okay? Right here, the early bird special, that will give you a 24-hour discount to Black Friday. But you have to fill out this list right here, this form right here. The early bird special Black Friday. Just fill that out today. Get it done. Don't forget, okay? Put it on your list of things to do today and get it done. Hey, Sammy, just submitted to the early bird. How long will the Black Friday discount last? 24 hours. The Black Friday will be from Black Friday to Cyber Monday, but that will only last 24 hours prior to Black Friday. Basically, you have all of Thursday to get it done. From the first time Thursday enters till Thursday ends. All right? Pre-Thursday. I don't know if we call that something, but. Funny, Synthetics is another old coin from back in the day. And you said Synthetics looks interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's in a bit of a little, to me, it's starting to flag out there on that 3 minute. All coins on a tear. All right. Sammy, is this list just asking us our email and full legal name? I believe so. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah. Yeah, look at AI coins starting to do some damage here. AI tech. You know what I mean? At the bottom, but you never know, man. When this market changes, it changes fast. It changes very fast. Look at this. Green all the while on the board on these altcoins. Boson Protocol. Secret Network we talked about yesterday. I grabbed the measured move. Look, Secret Networks look exactly like Zcash. They look, Zen. Look, if you put them next to each other, this is crazy to me. But if you put these next to each other, Zen and Secret, they look absolutely identical. Look at it. It just, for whatever reason, Secret got the move. Zen's still kind of sitting pretty here. So you saw me, and it just looks like Zen's going to do what Secret did. It tells me we're going to see a $30 Zen coming pretty fast. Yeah. Well, you continue the $100 ACC challenge. Very difficult for me. But yeah, why not? I wanted to do like maybe 5. It was like very, very difficult. Extremely difficult, actually. One of the hardest things I ever did in my life was try to do that. I could attempt it again. It's very boring for me, I have to be honest. I have to spend a lot of time analyzing how to make 20 bucks. And it is a little boring. But you know what? I should be able to do it no matter what. So it would be pretty key, you know. Let me show you here. You know what? I'll probably restart it next week and get it going. Bitfinex. Yeah, I just want to... Please keep me... Oh, man. I got signed out on my phone, and then I can't sign in on the app because then it's easier to sign in. But I'll be ripping it up. I love Bitfinex. It's one of my favorite exchanges, to be honest. It's fast. It's furious. It moves great. I'm looking for MINA to do some damage here, man. MINA looks very interesting, like it's going to erupt. So, yeah. We don't miss Super Chats. It never happens here. We go back into the Super Chats every single time and redo every one of them. We don't miss Super Chats here. Yeah. We're not like your usual person. You've never met someone like us. We're the most consistent, most thorough show in all of cryptocurrency. We don't miss Super Chats. We do have a show. We have things we have to do. We don't do the Super Chat exactly when you demand it, but we do timestamp it. So if you can't be here for your Super Chat, it will get done, and you will have access to it later on. If you know, Airweave looking good to me, by the way. Can you look at Pump Fun? Thanks, brother. We'll continue the 100 ACC challenge. Thank you so much for asking all of this awesome stuff. Let's take a look at Airweave. All right. MINA looks like the hot coin right now. It's an old coin from back in the day. They all started ripping at the end of October. And no matter what Bitcoin did, it's really strange. It's like the money flew out of Bitcoin into these altcoins, right? I mean, for the first time, there's some Bitcoin whales out there again. Maybe Bitcoin whales decided to take profit, but these guys like to keep the money in the market. So maybe it's the Bitcoin whales now that are playing games and not the financial institutions. It's kind of interesting when you think about it and how it all could be playing out behind the scenes. But MINA looks very interesting to me, and we went over it in depth yesterday, and it was even on the token metrics list. And if you're in the trading group, you are getting hand spoon-fed the awesome sauce almost every other day. So, hey, actually every day, but last night was amazing. And shout out to anyone. We have a weekly screen share, if you didn't know, every single Thursday from 8 to about 9:30. And I go over my portfolio, anything that I've done, the different things that I've done, how much I bought, what's going on, if I've sold things, if I've redistributed, what I did. I'm honest with it. And then we also talk about what the hottest coins could be for that night and throughout the week. And I think we pretty much nailed it last night. We were really in depth, and there was a lot of coins to go after. BOOKMAP suggesting Bitcoin is taking a beat down to 99, 98,000. There's a lot of liquidity down there, and we like to go to the darkest red. So it's just telling us that you're going to see some deep red down here at 99 to 98. It's about an 8. I'd say it's about 90% accurate. It doesn't mean it's going to happen every time. I actually say about 5% of the time is wrong. Like, we don't go down there. Like, we actually reverse. It's happened before. It's not 100%. But the odds are very, very low that it's wrong. So I go with the probabilities, folks. I go with the probability. Listen, today we broke down the Dow Jones, Walmart, and Japanese yen, New Zealand dollar. We showed you how you could learn that and trade Bitcoin with it. We showed you how the same strategies here are playing out again, the 200, the 21. We show you these two moving averages. We show you consolidation. We teach you about the VRVP, support of resistance. We threw some Fibonacci in there today too as well. You got a full in-depth analysis of multiple coins, and it's all going to be timestamped for you. This is an awesome live stream, and God bless everyone that's adding to this energy and to the momentum. We're headed to 250,000 subscribers and counting, and we're competing with ourselves from yesterday, and we're doing an amazing job. I love you all. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. Sorry, I'm just hyped right now. I got the energy. My energy's at its apogee, actually and factually, increasing daily rapidly. Let's go. I love you. The apogee, the nadir, the highest point. Let's go. NADIR, teaching you words. Omphaloskepsis, studying the belly button. Eleemosynary, a gift that is just very, very grand. That's usually philanthropic. An eleemosynary gift. Amen. All right, so I like what I'm seeing. Secret looks like it could continue too. The way it's kind of gearing up. And it's privacy coins that are taking a move here. And anything that could be connected to privacy or into that lane. I think Near Protocol getting some love too as well, up 21% today. And remember, taking profits in the green. I got a bot that buys. The bot just bought down here at 104. Can the bot get out? It needs to get back to 111.9 to be able to get out of this mess. It will buy lower. It will buy 98.95. It's ready to go to war and bring that average down somewhere to 102, 103. It's gotten out every single time. We'll see what happens. Hit the link to that bot, MINOTAUR Trading Systems. Okay, if you want to find out more. And another thing I could do too is if the team just gives me the mailing list, I'll just every once in a while send it to the chat as well. Just so the chat, you know, I just can send things into the chat randomly. It sometimes empowers people to touch the link, right? Yeah, FIRO's also been hot. It's funny you say that because I looked at FIRO like a few days like before all this happened. See, I have it here with an alert on it, and I've given it to the trading group. We've talked about it actually, and I've been watching FIRO. It's so funny you say that. And look, it actually just hit my alert. It's still consolidating. So you're a spot. I love people like you because you're matching what I'm doing. You're searching. We're searching together. We're finding the sauce. FIRO looks like it could do some serious damage here, and it's another privacy and based coin. Let's deep dive FIRO for you so you can get a bit of knowledge behind the scenes here. We're going to look at D-Agent AI too, which went on basically a 20x in the last couple days. Yes, you heard that right. In the last couple days. FIRO, very small market cap, though. Could easily take a beat down. Right? But look at FIRO is formerly known as Zcoin. It's a cryptocurrency that focuses on being a private digital cash. It created the Latlantis privacy protocol, which allows users to burn their coins and redeem them later for brand new ones that do not have any transaction history. Prior to Latlantis, it was also the first cryptocurrency to code and launch a practical implementation of Zero Coin Protocol, which became one of the most prevalent privacy protocols to use. Prior to it, began replaced by Sigma and then Latlantis after cryptographic flaws were discovered in the Zero Coin Protocol in 2019. All right. The founder is Porham Insum. He earned a master's degree in information security from Johns Hopkins, where he wrote a paper on proposed practical implementation of the Zero Coin Protocol. Aside from FIRO, he is also co-founder of the Satan Corporation and has served as the second lieutenant with the Royal Thai Armed Forces and its cyber warfare division. This guy's no joke, man. Ruben Yap joined the project shortly after its launch and now leads the project in its overall strategy development. So it's doxed. We know who these people are. What makes it unique? The Latlantis protocol, okay? They deployed Dandelion Plus in October and a method of propagating transactions that prevents third parties from linking an IP address to a transaction. November 18th, the blockchain was used in the Thai Democratic Party's primary election to elect its party leader. With over 127,000 votes cast nationwide, it was the first large-scale political election held on a blockchain. Dude, that's a big deal. All right, did you know? That's like worth making a TikTok video. Did you know? FIRO coin. Honestly, that's a big deal. So it's doxed. It's got a very small market cap. It's got very little volume, though. I mean, 180,000? Yikes. You know, the thing could move very small. So it's very it's almost too high risk for me in a way. Maybe I put like a few $100 in it, but FIRO does look like it could continue to move here and people start understanding what it is and what it does. Where was the high of that coin? Into the 20s somewhere, but like everything, it took a beat down, right? And it's at its lows right now. So that's on the radar. FIRO is on the radar. Look, Bitcoin slipping back down there. And Bitcoin's going from 105 back to 101.5 all day long. It's just, the small time frames will trip you up. Do not try to trade them like we trade. I wouldn't try to trade them like I trade Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but you're going to do whatever you want. I know what best days are to trade. That's another thing about trading here on the channel. We don't just show you the technical analysis. There are better days to trade when the liquidity is harder and deeper. All right. Can you look at Trump coin, please? Somebody says. And Airweave. Let's take a look at Airweave on MEXC. Shout out to Vetty Goat. And we'll look at Pump 2 as well. Airweave also, so all these altcoins got this bottom bump. They all said, no, we're not going to bottom, we're going to bounce. And we got the bump. You know, rejected by the 200, but that's okay. Is it above the 4-hour 200 moving average and making a flag? That's what you want. So what you want to see is this. You'd like to see these altcoins make a move here to the upside. And you'd be looking for the 21 to touch price action. Airweave looks like it is going to make another move. I like it. Up to 896. Altcoins getting the bounce, starting to look pretty interesting to me. But not all the altcoins, right? It's like, it's interesting. Like, not every altcoin is following. Someone asked for pump.fun. Let's take a look at pump. So Airweave, I put an alert on that. It actually looks very tradable on the 4-hour time frame. I like what I'm seeing here for Airweave. Looks amazing. Absolutely beautiful. Let's take a look here at Pump. Pump.fun. That's kind of struggling. Doesn't look amazing. Kind of got a cup and handle there. I've never been a true fan of Pump, and, you know, I think it was bad for the industry personally. I'm happy, you know, it's not my favorite sauce. I mean, go to zero, maybe. I don't know. It's you could say it's at a falling wedge. It'll probably likely come further down to the here, maybe. Get tight, and then it's got utility. People use it. I could see memes coming back. I believe a strong DCA into Pump in these regions would be, you know, advantageous over time. But, you know, I'm not doing that, though. So the charts look good to me, but I'm all set. You know, just not, I don't know. It's just not my thing. We appreciate you keeping it real 24/7. Can you look at Trump coin, please? Let's take a look at Trump. It's funny. I saw like a big institution's like, we bought a bunch of this and a bunch of Trump coin. And I'm always like, damn, man, they bought like $1 billion of Trump coin. So some people still think it's worth long-term holding. You know, I've seen this before where it makes an Adam and Eve that's slanted, and it does play out over time. But it seems like it's taking absolutely forever. But I have seen this type of behavior before for all sorts of coins. Again, I'm all set. Right? It's like, I think there's better plays out there like I showed you. Like, we're deep diving where the money's flowing. You know, what I would do is you just got to flag it out. Like, it's got to stay above that 21. If it does that, then it can go after its 200. You want to look at the 4-hour and see, yeah, the 4-hour is above the 200 moving average. Starting to flag out. That could be, that's an aggressive entry right there. And then it could start to go sideways and continue to pump. It looks more bullish than bearish at the present moment in time. It's above the 4-hour 200 moving average. This is what happens here, and you get that parabolic move. Funny, altcoins starting to change their tune all of a sudden. Very interesting. Let's take a look at Total 3, the entire market cap of all the altcoins, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And we talked about this on the daily. Still below the 200 moving average, but hovering. Sad thing is, this could be a dead cat bounce, and then the whole market could collapse here, and everyone will be running into these. So I'm swing trading stuff more than ever. I'm taking the pumps for what they are. You know what I mean? Anything could pop. I could easily lose in that Zcash trade. Like, it's very high risk. I don't want you to ever think it's so sweet and easy. We take shots. We take shots. Winners are just people that get through all the losses. Seriously, I know it doesn't make sense, but that's the truth. Any billionaire, multimillionaire, any trader that's made a few mil, got themselves in a position in life will tell you that they might have even lost more than they won, but their wins took away the losses. Had they given up with the losses, they would have stayed a loser. And that's just the facts. I'm never trying to tell you that I'm like the greatest thing since sliced bread. Trading is very difficult. It's very hard. I never even said I was the greatest trader on earth. I'm the most consistent guy on YouTube, you know? That's all. Consistency will make you successful. If you show up every single day and you stick to something and you love it with your heart and soul, it'll come for you. It'll take you, it'll help you. So yeah, I'm seeing total like this and maybe we get a massive reversal. The coins are looking good. We get back above the daily 200 moving average, make a right shoulder, we're going to be in really good shape. That's going to be like the safer load up point. Yeah, you're going to miss some moves, but you're going to have a less risky entry. So I'd love for this to make an inverted head and shoulder, and I'd love to get in here on the 200 bounce above the 200 moving average on the daily. It'd be so beautiful. But we could also consolidate for a few weeks and then dump. I'm looking for the dump because Bitcoin doesn't look good to me. But again, maybe I am wrong. Who knows? There's no guarantees. Atall. Do you say it all or Atall? It's funny, right? Can we look at Dogecoin, please? Says Fam OG. Thank you so much, fam. Let's take a look at Dogecoin and see what's happening to Dogecoin. Isn't it just called Doge? Right? I guess it is called Dogecoin. I just call it Doge, right? So last time I looked at Doge, it was making a beautiful uptrend. We were looking for it to continue in that uptrend to the upside. Sending love to all my lifers, especially to the Scorpios. Going to enjoy this birthday and come back with gains. I thank you, Sam, for everything, especially the vision. Love is love. 11-7. Roll the dice, baby. God bless you, man. God bless you. And 7-11, 11-7, man. May you have a wonderful birthday. Thank you for the $11.07 on your beautiful birthday today, November 7th. Everyone wish Stack McChange a happy birthday. He was here when I think I had 1,000 subscribers. I remember giving him a couple one-on-ones. He became an elite trader. He started helping me. He started posting in the group. He became an amazing person. He's always held my back. He's met me a few times in Florida. Me and Stack go way back now at this point. God bless you, man. Then I remember we were sitting eating at a taco spot, and I saw a piece of trash floating by. It wasn't mine. And I was like, man, I got to go pick that up. And I threw it in the trash, and he watched me, and he's like, man, you a real dude, man. I always remember that. It made him chuckle because he was like, wow, you as real as you see him on camera, man. You going to pick up the trash on the street. I was like, man, I can't see trash and see it right there and on a beach, right, and not put it in the trash, right? It's like, my dad used to do that. He would throw trash away, even if it wasn't his, because it's like, come on, man. He had respect for his environment, right? So I don't know. I remember that, Stack. I remember you. God bless you, man. So Stack's the man, dude. Good time. Those tacos were amazing, too. Good times, man. So let's, that had to stay inside. Once it didn't, you have to think it's coming for the double bottom. So, it's coming back to strong support. And one would only assume that, it's kind of like a cup and handle. Could it bounce back to the upside? Is the 4-hour back above the 200? No. See, Doge isn't like these privacy coins. It hasn't sparked up. It hasn't got a lot of love. Look at Bitcoin back to 101, 150. It's so funny. Most insane back and forth day you will ever encounter with the massive red down there at 99, 98,000, right? He said, thank you so much, Vin, for the CRC 3000. Vincenzo, what is CRC? That's so interesting. Where, are you in another country? How did you get CRCs? Costa Rican, what is a CRC? You're giving so many free results to these guys who wanted to pay it forward for them. Love you, man. Thank you. Virtual TA, please. Let's take a look at virtual. And thank you so much for doing that. You didn't have to give, but you did. That's amazing. I don't know what 3,000 CRCs are, but hey, God bless you. Thank you for the $38 in chat revenue. You people are blessed. I'm so blessed with anything that I receive doing what I do on a daily basis. Let's take a look here at Virtuals Protocol and see what's happening to Virtuals. Virtuals has a beautiful use case, but with this privacy move, people kind of maybe forgot about it for a second. You also have VPay and some other things on virtual. I'm just looking for virtual to consolidate here above the 4 hour. It's got a bigger market cap and it's got more utility, so I think it will take a little longer to consolidate. But this is my prediction, is that it will consolidate, and as long as Bitcoin doesn't go to, like, you know, the depths of the, you know, it could still make a move. Interesting to see the strength in these altcoins comparatively, right? Let's take a look back at BTC as it's actually bouncing back up to the upside now. BTC on Binance. And we'll look at the smaller time frames. Strong little bounce off the 200. That's a flag, right, on the 15. Like, it's a little bit of a flag there. Oh yeah, we actually had that inverted on, like, what was it, the 5? Even the 1 minute we were watching. So let's take a look at your 1 minute. I mean, you made what's called a bullish. Yeah, you made a bit of a bull flag there. You touched the 21 above the 200, and it's I can't explain. This thing is just amazing. And if you could put a high volume node or a point of control in there, why didn't I scalp that? I do not scalp the small time frames on Friday. You're not going to see me doing that. It's high risk, low reward. You know what I'm saying? Now, the 5 minute looks interesting. It's starting to make a pretty nice move back to the upside. That's it. The 5 minute could get back above the 200 moving average. And I'd start to kind of blend, you know, I'd have to say, okay, it's a nice move there on the 15. That's technically a bull flag that broke out, right? I mean, look at it. Again, it's touching the 21. I just wouldn't get emotional on small moves today. I'm focused on the 4 hour and that daily time frame. Okay? Remember that. The clearest thing I can show you, and we're going to get back to 1 here, and show you BTC USD on, what, Bybit. Yeah. I just want to keep it real simple for a second here. Flip it to the 4, flip it upside down, and like, so yeah, I'm just trading. I'm not trying to tell you I know what's happening. You see how simple I am? I'm just trading the 21 above the 200. I see it play out more than it doesn't, so I don't have a choice. I'm just trading probabilities. I never said I was a psychic. I never said I was the best. I never said anything, but I was the most consistent. So look, this is all we're looking for. Could it double top? It very well may. It's looking like a tweezer bottom right there, and we boom, 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 right? That almost looks like a shoulder, a head, right shoulder that could dump on you, which is actually the other way. Trust me, I'm so open-minded. Many days I can see it both ways. I just have to lean on one probability that overtakes the other. You see what I mean? Some days I'm like 70-30. Like, I'm like, it's way more likely. Other days it's I don't know. Like right now, it's looking like you may double bottom on the 4 hour. You got it, you know? I don't have a huge short on, you know. At the end of the day, I'm bullish Bitcoin because I'm long Bitcoin spot in the end, right? And whatever I trade lev is a lot smaller compared to my spot bag. So this Zen trade may end up playing out pretty nicely to the upside. We will see. Only time will tell, though. But it's got liquidity. It's got a good amount of volume. It's looking interesting for sure. As long as Bitcoin kind of stays sideways, right? Thank you so much, EMMWR W2R. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah. All right. The key is to give away what you have. If you keep giving, somehow God will take care of you. I don't know how or why, but because it believes you have so much faith in God that you're able to give to others. You see what I mean? Like, your faith is your ability to give. I'll tell you right now, people that give more usually do believe in God. It's just like it goes hand in hand. Doesn't mean you have to. If you don't believe in God, so be it. I'm not forcing you to do anything. You don't have to be in a cult. You know, I'm not a religious zealot. I found a beautiful connection that works for me. I just like to express it. I don't need to force you to do what I'm doing. You know, I'm not a Jesus freak. You know, I don't cram Jesus down your throat. Okay, I don't. It doesn't sound right, but you know what I mean. I don't force the idea of Jesus on you. I don't force God on you. I just tell you I like it, and it works for me. That's all. Bitcoin looking like it could get a bounce here. I would love to be wrong and have this thing moon. It just looks sketchy on that daily time frame below the 200. But another tweezer bottom there on the daily, which is very interesting, which usually makes me want to go, you know, absolutely long. Here's your bullish scenario. Look at my indicator that has green R's. Called a green R here, we bounced. We did go lower eventually, but we had a massive bounce from there to a new all-time high. It called a green R right here, and we bounced. It called a green R kind of there. We did bounce from 78 up to 89. It called a green R right here. We bounced from 91 all the way to 107. And we went to 104 first before the wick. It called some green R's right there. No, that's... I believe that is green. Maybe like right here, and it did bounce. That one's a little weird. But on the bottom, look, there, it called the green R there. It bounced. It's almost never been wrong. It called the green R right there. It called the green R right here. It called the green R right there. It called the green R right there. That one was a little sketchy. You did get a bounce. But whenever we have a massive dumpage, it does pretty good. Like even to call the green R there, it got faked out a little bit. And that was the bottom, right, at 16. So anyway, it's been a pretty accurate signal for a bottom for Bitcoin. You see? And we got the green R again. So, very, very interesting, right? So what will happen is if we do reverse, let me explain how it will happen. You'll get above the 5-minute 200 moving average. You'll pull the 21 with you. You'll make a flag. You'll pump. You'll head to the 10-minute moving average. You'll get above that. Then you'll head to the 15-minute. You'll get above that. Then you'll head to the 30-minute, and you'll attempt to get above that. Then you'll head to the 45-minute, and you'll have to get above that. And then you'll get above the 1 hour 200 moving average, which you kind of double bottomed here, see? If you get above the 1 hour 200 moving average, you're in shape to go for the 2 hour, to the 3 hour, above the 4 hour. If you get above the 4 hour, now we can start thinking about the 12 hour and the 22. And we get above those, we can go above the daily, and we can reconvene, all right? So this is what happens. Let me explain it to you. I'm going to draw a bunch of little places. So here's the 200 on the 1 minute. So I'm going to draw this as the 200 on all the time. So this is the 200 moving average, right? It gets above it on the 1 minute, and the 5 minute, the 7 minute, the 15, the 1 hour, right? The 3 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, and then the daily. And this is how a move works. Sometimes it might come up and above these little time frames. Like the 1 and the 5, it can go up above again, but in the big successive move, it'll do this. Then it will eventually go above these here and there on the little dips, but they won't make it to here. Like you won't go below the 200 on the 4 hour or the 1 hour anymore. You could do it again from the 15-minute down. That's okay once you've made the initial move. But this is what I learned happens. And that's why I'm always very cautious when we break the 5-minute 200, the 15-minute 200. It's not noise. A lot of people think this is noise. It's not noise. You can get wrecked not listening to this stuff, right? But then it's like, well, then how do you do a small time? How do you hold a long time frame trade? And that's where, like, that's when things get difficult for me personally. Like, and that's why sometimes I don't hold a lot of long-term time frame trades, because I can see when the short-term time frame is going to switch on me. Here I'm just trading the model, but it could roll over on me. I may be wrong, you know, and it's crazy. Every day I go out here, right? And I battle with the fact that I could be right or wrong. Every single day. It's actually very stressful on the mind. But you know, the other day I muttered to myself that I was under a lot of stress, that, you know, the channel and all that it's not, and I said, well, you brought this on yourself. I said, you desired the channel, you desired to be the guy with the mic. So this is what it's going to be. You know, like, this is what it's going to be. To everyone here, like, we brought this on, right? We brought this on. Like, you wanted to be in crypto for whatever reason. Your gains and your losses are all you, right? Exactly. And there's Bitcoin just kind of hanging around. It is a double bottom. I have to say, that's a double bottom on the 4-hour time frame. If I was in a heavy short with a lot of money, I'd be a little sketched out. I would be. I'd be like, whoa. If I was JW right now, I'd be a little sketched out. Just a little bit. You never know, though. Someone said Litecoin is out of control now. That's just nuts to me, right? Let's take a look at LTC. One of the first coins I ever bought at $5. Litecoin, wow, it soared. Like it went from... So yeah, they're pumping old coins, man. It's like something is brewing here. And look, it looks like Litecoin could be in this channel. Again, this could be an alt season that heads into July. Right? Litecoin goes back to 215. That will take some time. Maybe it goes to May or April, but like, you know, that looks bullish to me for sure. Some things like you think I have white in my mustache. No, I just actually have white hairs in my mustache, man. Yeah, but maybe you're right. Let's see if I have something white in my mustache beside my white hairs. Yeah, like right down there, you mean? Yeah, I think you're right. Some fluff or something. You said mustache. No, I just have white hair, man. Look, it's a white hair. Oh, no, maybe you're right. I don't know. It's a horrible white hair, bro, that needs to be removed. Isn't that crazy? I'm an old man now. It's the way the light hits my white hairs, bro. So weird. Makes you wonder, though. You know what I mean? You're bugging me out, man. I shouldn't even listen to that. That's another thing, going live every single day. No. It could be, you know what it could be? It could be, if anything, it's beef tallow. I put beef tallow all over my face, right? Crypto gives me white hairs. Yeah, I cover my face with beef tallow every night. Yeah, straight up. Yep. Yeah. Welcome to white hair age. I know, it's so weird. It's a blessing to get old, brother. A lot of people don't make it. Thank you for saying that. Appreciate that. Them old coins, like us old dudes, we don't give up. I know, isn't that crazy, man? Just be careful. Bitcoin back to 101, 250. Just bouncing all around today. You still look like a Chad. Don't worry about the hair. Thank you, man. I guess that's a compliment, right? Yeah. I want to be a perma Chad? No, a giga Chad. They're not white hairs. They're platinum, my friend. I'm all in on Zcash and Polkadot. Polkadot. Let's take a look at Doc. You know, dead chains tend to pump too. Especially maybe the other day I was like, Polkadot's deed. Oh my God, that's the lowest I've ever seen it. Watch them just take this thing to the moon now. Got them, yeah. Can you peep RW for Australian brothers? ARW? What is Arrow Electronics Inc.? Is that what it is? I don't know. I mean, it's on a nice tear and it's consolidating, but it's consolidating in a interesting fashion. But yeah, I'd like to see that just kind of continue to do its thing. Looks like it could take looks like it could bounce around for weeks though. Like it breaks out in May. Still looks like a bullish structure though, right? I had toothpaste in my beard and thought it was even more white. You're funny, man. Pokemon Go Bank, which were where you walk and look both ways and don't walk off the cliffs. You're funny, man. I promised a big pump before Monday. I promised big pump before Monday. That's crazy. You promise a big pump before Monday. That's insane. Hey, it would be great. I would lose a tiny bit on my short and my Bitcoin stack would get back to where it needs to be. My bad. Must be the accent. Airweave. Oh, we looked at Airweave already, man. Thank you. Can you please check Zcash? Yeah, we'll take a look. That just doesn't stop. And it hasn't stopped. Like, it's just like, what the heck? tell you what, though, the crash is usually bad when something goes up like this. I mean, look how far it is away from the weekly. Last time it did this, it went on a massive run, but that's like a straight move up. Again, if the whole world wants a privacy coin, won't it just defy? To me, it's too far for the 21. Like, how would you not want to short this? But whoever shorted it got hurt last night, and it looked like it was likely to short. I stay away from this stuff. Wow, look at this thing, man. So you just start setting your support of resistance. You now know support at 448, actually a little higher. Support right there at about 473. 1 hour time frame continuing. And again, it's just like you would have to assume it will continue until it doesn't. Make a flag here. Watch the 21-day moving average come into price action, and that thing could just continue. Go up to $1,100. I mean, once Arthur Hayes said it could be $10,000 a coin, like, he kind of made it $10,000 a coin. Like, he put it out there to the people and got them in their head, right? Yeah, right. Buy alts and sell the same day, right? I don't know what he's saying. River looking nice. River, interesting. Yeah, I mean, that Zcash could head up to 1,100. To me, it's just like, dang. I'm looking at other smaller coins inside the same exact, in the same narrative. That's why, like Zen hasn't moved. I don't want to chase. Zen looks like it's about to do a Zcash. But you never know. Maybe it doesn't. Zen does have a smaller supply. Been around a long time. I mean, Zcash could go sideways and then continue up to $1,100. It really could. And it defy gravity on the big time frames. I came on here. Wow. And longing 20x. Mute virtual should pump in TradingView, but it's easy. Should pop up in TradingView, but it's easy in Dex Screener. Exactly, yeah. Mute swap. Yeah. It was 5 million market cap. Right now it's 6.5. This thing's small, and it's in that privacy sector. Very tiny market cap. It's on base, on virtual. Interesting, right? I believe it's also on MEXC. Mute. I could be wrong. Let's see. Oh, no, only on Bybit, maybe? Yeah, or there's a chance it's on MEXC, but they just haven't loaded the chart yet, too. You have to go to the site to check on it. So I could see right now on spot here, where is Mute? Now, they don't got it yet. So, yeah, Dex Screener right now. Maybe a Bybit might have it, but Dex Screener right now. So crazy. So, like, I am more bearish on Bitcoin than bullish. Sorry to say. I see a drop. But, again, I could be wrong. And I'm open-minded. Bitcoin dominance on the daily looks ready for a crash. Thank you for saying that. Lifer, $1 billion trillion super chat for you. Can you look at Dash? Yes. Let's take a look at Dash coin here and see what's happening for Dash. So Dash is just tight. I looked at it last night. I wanted it to boom. Stop loss below 93. It's still in the move, right? Like, it just has to bounce off the bottom trend line here. And you're looking for all these privacy coins to continue. I mean, if Zcash can do what it's doing, people are going to sell out of Zcash, and they're going to have a bunch of money. And they're going to go where? Instead of a smaller coin in the same narrative. And this is like a very robust project, too, that like has been around a long, long time. So it's not going anywhere. Dash has been around a long time. I actually liked Dash back in the day. It was one of my favorite coins. I own some Dash on my hardware wallet from back in the day. It's still sitting there. I think it's like only 12 Dash or something, but it's there. Can you look? At one point, Dash was $1,200 a coin. I don't know if you knew that, but it was. It went over $1,000. It was the coolest privacy coin in the game back in the day. Dash. Let's take a look at Tesla on the open market here. Wow, so I was looking for Tesla to break out this flag. They dipped it a little bit. You're going to have to see the stock market make a fast recovery back inside of this pattern. Otherwise, it could be an Adam and Eve. You see it? And then we would have to say we're coming back to the 200 moving average. I like the flag here. And we could open it up a little bit, but to me, you breached the trend line. You do something, you breach the trend line. You got to get back inside the flag. You got to get back inside that trend line in the next, by Tuesday or Wednesday, in my humble opinion. Otherwise, it looks like it is going to come down and test 377. We were talking about Tesla down there, and we gave the 145 reversal too, which was hot. One of my best calls in the stocks recently. And it's all documented. I don't even care. If I took all my calls out and say, hey, look at this, I'm going to come and go. People will forget everything I've ever said. And, I used to, because I made a lot of calls, and I was like, oh, no one saw this and no one saw that. And I used to, like, complain that no one saw the call. It's like, I'll make another one. But, like, people don't even realize, like, what we've done here. But whatever, who cares, man? I know, God knows, and the people that have been really paying attention, they know what's up. Tesla looks bullish to me on the bigger time frame. I see the daily just getting tight and it breaking out. I see it continuing to go to the upside with the robot, flying cars, new announcement. It just looks hot to me. $800 Tesla somewhere by July of 2026. Yeah. Soon went to the moon. Soon did too, right? And we talked about Soon many, many times in the trading group. We went over it so many times. Sam, what about the news for Tesla? Trump is supporting him again. Yeah. Yeah, I think they were always going to patch that up and be buddies, man. After the Charlie Kirk thing, they definitely came together. All right. Oh, big announcement. Chobani yogurt comes out saying there's like endocrine disruptors that could give you cancer. Do not buy Chobani yogurt. Stay away from it. Don't touch it. Okay? I just want to make this clear. I ate it just the other day, man. And right here, Chobani is facing a class action lawsuit after endocrine disruptors were discovered in their yogurt through independent testing. These chemicals have been linked to hormone-related cancers and other serious health risks. All right? The real problem is we never actually know what's in our food anymore. People aren't paranoid. The system is untrustworthy, yeah? Imagine how many other companies could do that, and we just don't know about this one. Is it just Chobani? Has anyone asked about packaging from all other foods? Seriously. It's from the plastic packaging. Phthalates they're using leaching into the yogurt. They apparently need to do better research and buy better packaging. But this should be a wake-up call for all of us. To most things wrapped in plastic are leaching into our food. Don't know how to get away from it, really? Better plastic, different inert packaging materials. It's crazy, man. Drink out of a plastic. See, a glass. Even these things I get are in glass, right? Life, are you the man? Can we take a look at SWE? Traditional stocks are rotating into crypto now. I see. It's interesting. Our time was coming. It was only a matter of time. They were going to come for us at one point. SWE from 190 back to 208. And SWE was low there at 190, right? And again, a little bit of a move here back in these small. And I love SWE. I love SAY. When the market starts to come back, I believe these coins are going to be amazing. The only thing is, if you look at SWE, like it's in a double bottom, which means if it makes a big move, it goes up to like, I don't know, $7. That's about a little under a 3x from here. And it would make a giant double bottom. But it also looks like it could be in a descending triangle, revisit 60 cents. I don't know. The chart doesn't look strong to me. You see that? Like, I'm trying to find strength. One thing I could say is this is your trend line possibly. And like, I guess you bounce back up there. I don't love the setup. I have to be honest. It doesn't look amazing at all. A lot of coins look way better than this. SWE looks a little weird to me. And it has unlocking too, right? So it had unlocking as well, which made people sell it off. Remember, we're looking at BOOKMAP. You can sign up to BOOKMAP in the description. I do get a commission. A lot of liquidity to the downside, suggesting we are going to go lower. And remember, I teach what I'm giving you guys right now, the last Saturday of every single month. Hit the QR code to find out more. I'd love you to jump on in. I mean, SWE does look like it wants to bounce, though. Did it bounce off a 2-day 200 moving average? A 3-day? A 4-day, maybe? Not even, right? It's at support. That's the one thing we can say. There was a lot of chop there, bounce. I don't know. I don't love the setup. But if the market reverses, yeah, it bounces right back up here to 360, though. And that's not too bad. Yeah. SWE means holy. Say SWE means holy water. It's funny. Crazy alts kind of detaching from Bitcoin. Right? Hey, Sam, could sitting on Indian Rocks Beach... Hey, Sam, could sitting... Let's see what you're saying. I think you're writing it incorrectly. Maybe on the beach is got you so loopy. Hey, Sam, I think you mean sitting on Indian Rocks Beach watching the show. Yeah, could shouldn't be in there, right? Could sitting on the... I don't know what that means, but yes, sitting on the Rocks Beach watching the show. Could you check out Ethereum? Thank you. Have a great weekend. Shout out to Manuel. We love you, man. What a beautiful beach. That's not that far up there, a little above Clearwater. Almost rented a house there one day, Indian Rocks Beach. Hope you're having a wonderful time. Polkadot making a good move against Bitcoin for the first time in 10 years. That's crazy. So weird, right? The BTC market bottom is in. I don't know about that. Yeah. I don't know about that. Filecoin 25% in the last hour. Are you serious? Just ripping. Look at it. It absolutely just... It went on an absolute tear. Look, it went out that flag. That's nuts. Look, it just continued to pump. It's about to hit the target there at 325. Can you look at GRT? It could be the best start of alt season. It could also be sucking people in to dump on them. Master Mages hit 99. Their Bitcoin holdings were worth more than their market cap. And you look at strategy. It's funny. I remember everyone here said we were going to dump. I said we would pump. We did. I looked for strategy to hold the line, but it did not. Wow, I kind of double topped there. Weird, right? Back to the 3-day 200 moving average. I mean, you would almost have to get a bounce here, and then it would be on it would just be on a big. It would be on massive consolidation. Then it would have to consolidate massively and break out. And it would be basically kind of a super cycle here, something like this. So you got it. Master really has to bounce there. Like, if it doesn't, I mean, what is it going to dump down to there? So that doesn't make sense. So, oh, please, altcoin start already. I lost my I'm waiting for it. Yeah. It's time to move Tau to ICP, seeing recent price moves. Please, altcoin start already. Is it time to move? I don't know, man. You do whatever makes you happy. I would never tell you what to do. Sir, look at the 10-year treasury, big reversal. It just went down massively, and Bitcoin started to move higher. Went down massively. I don't know about that, right? Polkadot ETF tomorrow. Lava was on Token Metrics too, looking good. Thank you for saying that. Wow, Lava ripping. It bounced off the 21 on the 3-day. Again, I never chased, but like, you know, you'd be looking for some type of flag on the 1 hour, right? Above the 200 moving average with the 21 in tow. This is what I do. This is what we does. Tau must join this pump soon. All that Bitcoin money going into altcoins. Cash starting to recover. Is it really? That would be amazing to see Caspa actually make a move. Ooh, it did. A little bit of a pump. And honestly, Caspa looks like that's the model right there. You're in a flag above the 200, touching the 21. That thing should moon all the way to back to 6 cents and moon fast. I see Caspa pumping. Lost alts are ripping right now. Which is a better buy for gain, Zcash or Dash? You got to make that decision yourself, man. I would never tell you what to do. I believe Zen is... I'm in Zen. I put 10 grand into Zen and on the channel, and I might even put another. It looks interesting to me. Exactly. I mean, you'd be buying the low on Polkadot on bullish divergence there. You think it would bounce? It could bounce back to 7. I don't know. The window is open. Yeah, dead cat's about to revive a late Elon high. Looks like a dead cat bounce as well. A dead cat bounce isn't what you want. That's a fake bounce. You want a real bounce. A dead cat bounce means it bounces. Like if you threw a dead cat off the ground, it bounces one last time. And then it's kind of a crazy thing to say, really, if you think about it. But a dead cat bounce means it's a fake bounce. It's just coming up one more time to die again. All right? We don't want a dead cat bounce. That's not what we're looking for. STORJ is the play. Massive pump. I like STORJ. It's a good coin. We followed it on and off throughout the years. It's storage, isn't it? It's kind of like Filecoin. Everything's got these massive bottom pumps, but it's happened before, like that one, and really we just continued to dump. So yeah, we need a live cat bounce. It'll bounce for sure. You're crazy, man. As Arnold would say, come on, don't be. You're funny, man. Don't be as me, man. Went bananas yesterday. Fat going bananas today. Yeah. MINA popping on the 1 minute, 2 SMA trend line. Zcash runs on near. So weird when you say that, right? So Zcash runs on near. So that's kind of why near is getting the move with Zcash. Behind the scenes. Near getting back above the 200 moving average. Near at 270 now. Like, wow. Up 50% near, right? Sammy, can we look at Tau? Celestia pumping hard. TIA, man, from back in the day? That's crazy. 95 cent. Time to make it all back. Hey, you got to stay in the game to win. You can't leave too early, right? Render showing signs of life. Funny, man, it disappeared from like... Wait, they changed the name from Render to Render, which is kind of like... Funny, someone said Render was off Coinbase. That ain't true. Render's still on Coinbase. I thought, remember that day they said it was off. Well, it bottomed at 64, then it was at 172, went to 242. Closing candles above the 5 minute for BTC. That's okay. Yeah. Any thoughts on Ethereum? I like Ethereum. ATH, old coin, not older coin, but from like 2 years ago, right? We bought in on the long. I mean, it's at the very lows. It's infrastructure, deep in, right? They took render off and put render on. Oh, that's what they did. Ah. That's all it was. Someone like fudded that day and was like, and I was like, wow, that doesn't make any sense. Even it looks like render, render would have to invert and break up, get back to $8 pretty soon, I feel like even it did it, though. It's not going to happen till April. That thing the Moon Boys are clamoring for here is now. Remember, someone thinks that a lot of people are saying, well, they decided to sell out of Bitcoin. Now they want to take big profits. So they're going to run up the altcoins to get you into them. And then they're going to sell the altcoins when you start buying them. So just be careful. That's all I'm saying. It could be a trap. I'm not saying it is, but there's a chance it is. That's all. Take all these pumps with a grain of salt. I'm swing trading, so I'm just focused. I'm not going to get caught up in I'm not going to marry this stuff. I'm swing trading it, MINA looks very interesting. I should have been swing trading the hell out of these alts. Don't worry, you can now. Forget about the past. Look at the future. Whatever happened in the past, let it go. It's over now. If you didn't do it, you can't do it now. All you can do is focus on now. Now is when we build. Now is when we learn. Now is when we make it all happen. Right now. Okay? Could we witness the start to alt season, but we're just so jaded and not realizing it? Hey, that's why you hold that's why I hold all the altcoins. You hold them to zero or you win. It's one or the other, man. They move them so fast. They're so volatile. By the time it happens, you could miss it. It's not easy. It's very difficult. Okay? Like the swing trade last night was perfect 32. Lunch protocol got me thinking of lunch. Aptos looking interesting. Look, you're just looking for 200 move. You're looking for moves above the 200. You're looking for flags. You don't want to chase green candles. See something like this, and then Aptos could continue. Infrastructure is moving. We got swaps. We got DeFi. It's good. It doesn't look like it's just whatever, right? Yeah. Sir, can you take a look at SHIB? When it feels like a trap, it's real. When it feels real, it's a trap. Funny. Whoever just bought FI is a real one. Funny, it's at the very bottom, right? It's like, you believe in that thing. Yeah. Someone says, feel bad for Sammy. I never sold all my altcoins. Yeah. So does it, like, I still own 700 grand of altcoins. I didn't sell my altcoins. I sold like 200 grand of a few altcoins. I did not sell all my altcoins. You know what I mean? And I actually sold like 100 grand of it on October 10th before a massive dump. So I have money. You know what I mean? Yeah. Don't feel bad for me. I'm in a good spot, man. Yeah. When I wave out the Lamborghini window, don't be pissed. Okay? I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna make it. Don't you worry. What the heck happened to XCN? Thing is whack, right? Yeah. Yes, I still hold a lot of altcoins, man. Look at my wallet here. 551,000 on XC. I did not sell, okay, all my altcoins. I want to make that very clear. Still hold a massive amount of Bitcoin too. Like, I do have capital out of that 500, but there's still 300 grand there. I've got more. I have more altcoins. Look, 200 grand in Bitcoin. I'm not here. I'm not playing around. Like, I'm not here to sell this market, man. Whoever been DCing into RFC and troll game, going to be in a Lambo too. Does anyone know if Sam has gone over Zen already? That's so funny. Maybe. It was how we started the show, man. Yeah, don't feel bad for me, Snoop 40, man. You're all right, brother. I'll be okay. And it's a sketchy day, right? Like, Bitcoin just keeps going from 1013 back to 101. You know what I mean? It's still deep red at 98,000. Yeah. Are you going to sell any altcoins today on this pump? No. You're funny, right? Sam, will Web3 coins do good in your opinion? Yes, I believe so, but I don't know, man. Yeah. People think that because the other day you said it was a good day to get out of the alts. Yeah. Crypto Lifer, sir, can you please take a look at SHIB? Buy Polkadot and I'll get you a Lambo. So if I buy Polkadot right now, you'll get me a Lambo? How much for Polkadot? $5 worth? $10 worth? You kept some Tau, that's good. I kept a lot of coins. Okay? I kept a lot of coins that I still have. Take profits from the market. We'll be there to take it for you. Yeah, 100%. And still, we could still see a dump here. Do not get too excited. I just want you to understand that. This market can turn in half a second, man. It can look amazing, and literally 2 hours later, it could be blood red. I've seen it many, many times. Like, Zen could just fall out of this, the whole market. Bitcoin dumps down a night. We could be at 99,000 in an hour, man. All right. Can you check my super chat, please? Said Sunflower. Yeah. Lifer, you're the man. Can we take a look at SWE? We did, yeah. Thank you for talking about Indian Rocks. Can you look at FXS? We'll look at FX Fracture, if I'm correct, right? Sunflowers, can you look at UAI? Thank you. We'll look at that, yes. So we're going to look at UAI and FXS. All right. UAI, perpetual contract. It's Unif AI. Wow, that thing just went on an absolute tear. Very early, though. You can't really tell what it's going to do. Again, you'd have to just flag it out and watch it. If it can fill out this flag, so be it. It might make a right shoulder and take a massive dump, though. So you're looking for one of these two scenarios. I can't tell you what's going to happen. Looks a little more bearish than bullish because it's very overbought on the RSI, which tell me it's likely going to come back down to a Fibonacci. So I'd be looking for it at 16 responsibly. But you never know. I could be wrong, and it could continue to take off. But that's just a low-risk way to take it. You do whatever makes you happy. Fracture FXS on the radar here. Again, bouncing off the very, very bottoms. These coins that we looked at a long time ago, and they were just in the absolute, they're back to the very beginnings. A lot of times they do take coins at the beginning, and then they rip them back to the upside. I've seen that play out many times, right? NVIDIA dumping, crypto pumping. All the alts have to come back down, right? And I think Palantir is dumping too, right? Yeah, that looks more bearish than bullish to me. Track share. It would have to get back. It's got to get back above 167, retest, and then do some damage there. I don't know. Maybe it pumps like everything else. God bless you. God bless the lifers. The universe will be healed. Thank you. I like DOT, but I lost money from it. I know, right? So does all season happen when Bitcoin drops or goes sideways. If Bitcoin topped, shouldn't that rally into altcoins? Someone's asking about SHIB. I'm long DOT. Not sure why the hate. It's got more filings and most of it's continued building, developing. No, there's no hate. DOT was actually an amazing project. It's just the owner was kind of creepy. Right? There's been some weird rumors. You could say, I don't want to get into it, but there, and then it's also just did nothing for a long, long time. Right? And it had all the power chains and everyone had to, and it kind of locked up the DOT, which made it have no movement. Been tough to trade in the last few years. That's all. Yeah, exactly. If you bought the alts recently, the dirt road lows, you'd be good. Old money pushing alts. I'll get you the Lambo at a good price. Seriously, can you get a Lambo? Let me know. Email cryptolifers@gmail. If anyone here sells Lamborghinis or is a Lamborghini salesman, knows anyone, just email me at cryptolifers@gmail. I'm just inquiring. I'm not saying I'm buying one for sure. I'm just inquiring. I'd actually like to start a business where I own like 4 or 5 of them and I rent them out. And that's kind of what I want to do. I also want to create a luxury garage where you could store your Lambo for, I don't know, $1,200 a month or something at some good price. So you don't have to have it near, and we'll have high-end security. It'll be a place where other men will store their Lambos too, and women. And you can come meet supercar owners and hang out with them. That's a dream of mine, to own one of those businesses. A luxury car hangout business, right? So this is just something I'm drawing up in my mind. I've been thinking about a lot. And I think just to get into the business, I got to own a Lambo to feel it, to understand it. You know what I mean? So, again, I'm just, I'm not trying to be rude or brag either. I'm just saying I have business ideas. I would never own a Lambo just to own it. I'm a businessman. Everything I own, I have to kind of turn into a business. That's how I've always been. We have a club like that here in my town. Yeah. Worst idea ever. Polkadot changing their name to DOT. What's a good level to buy Zen? Yes. Crypto Ricer. Funny. We're going to long Litecoin this morning, but got sidetracked by real life. Feeling the FOMO now. It's okay. FOMO is a fake emotion acting real. Remember, I want to tell you something. I started buying and selling stocks, right? I bought my first stock. I was like 22 years old. I'm 42. 22 to 42. How many days do you think I thought I was going to get into a trade, and then I woke up and I saw the coin pumping or the asset pumping? That's happened to me hundreds of times. If I beat myself every time that happened, I'd have an ulcer right now, man. So you got to just say, oh, well, it's okay. It's all right, man. Like, I know you wanted it. And just say, okay, next time I'm going to set alerts. Next time I'm going to be more, find a system that makes sure that you don't miss next time. And just, and make it happen. I don't know. ONDO to me is kind of sad, but if everything's pumping, why won't ONDO just absolutely rip, right? And remember, these things can moon pretty fast. Altcoins can go up 50, 60, 70% in a day and a half an hour, really, right? Crazy Litecoin 1 hour candle. Amazing. It's amazing to see. Anyway, I got to jump on out of here and do the top-down analysis for BTC and the rest of the market. Everyone is freaking out. ONDO doesn't look good to me. It's kind of hanging at the very lows there. It would have to bounce. Look for it to get above the 1 hour 200 moving average. It's fighting it right now. Once it does that, look for the flag. It could be its escape zone. All right. Let me become the detail on the... If you're in Sarasota near Tampa, let me know. Yeah. Stress the silent killer. Lambos are not garbage. Everyone says that, but they hold their value. Of all cars in the world, they hold their value. So if the market's going to... If the dollar's going to go down, a Lambo's going to hold its value for a long period of time. You can get into altcoins in and out, but you can't hold an altcoin for 10 years, 5, 7 years. Not with a lot of stress. You can hold a Lambo for 5 to 7 years with little stress, man. That's all I'm saying. It's an investment. It's not really a car. Okay? ONDO and Chainlink have something going on next month. That's interesting. And let's take a look at Chainlink really fast, and then I really got to get out of here. I'm pushing it to the limit today. I have an appointment at 1 p.m. I mean, I love the higher low on Chainlink, and I'm looking for it to bounce. My whole thing is, it looks like it's going to consolidate, break out in April. You know, it just looks like it's going to take a long time. But hey, it's on a long-term trajectory. You know, altcoins may have spoken with like a bigger bottom. And that's what we're going to talk about today on the macro analysis video. So everyone, I'm going to do a macro analysis video. It'll come out in just a few hours. I'm going to record it right now and get it done for you. Shout out to everybody that sent a super chat. Thank you so much for the love and the constant support. I appreciate each and every one of you. It was an amazing live stream. Remember to sign up for the early bird special if you want to get down. That's 24-hour discount on the Black Friday sale. That's going to be in the description of the video. And I love you. I appreciate you all. I will see you tomorrow. We do not take Saturdays off. I love you, and I appreciate you. God bless. Oh my God, I'm back. Here I am. I love you all. Thank you so much. The secret to success is getting started. I have no idea how I got here. I have no idea where I'm actually going to go. I have a plan, though. I have people in place and systems that keep me pushing. Create systems and discipline, and you'll be able to rest on those and your structure that you formed. I'm here every day. I know that's where I'm going to be. And that creates the flow of energy, the discipline. Many days I wake up, it's not easy to be here every single day. Some days it's a blessing to be here every single day. But I'm not going to tell you it's easy. It never has and it never will be. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow. Stay blessed. I'll see you in the trading group Discord. Go to cryptolifer.com to find out more. I love you all. Thank you. The secret to success is getting started.